Welcome back to the Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show. You have seen him in The Mighty Ducks, in Heavyweights, on Gossip Girl, and even in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, although you may not have known it. Tonight, Aaron Schwartz helps us count down the best movies, TV, shows, and events of 2018. And let me be the first to welcome Aaron's mom to the show tonight. Hi, Mom.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Aaron's mom.
Welcome to Popcorn Talk, featuring movie discussion, news, and interviews. Popcorn Talk. We talk movies. And now, here's Popcorn Talk's The Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in this week. This is our final show of the year here on the Con Guy Comic-Con Prep Show.
Can you believe it?
I know it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
My name is Jim. I am the host here. I'm one of your hosts here. We have a lot of great people around the table today again. Who do we have?
Hi, my name's Derek. I'm another of your hosts here. I also contribute to theconguy.com.
I am Aaron Schwartz. I have nothing to do with theconguy.com, but I'm here.
Thank you, Aaron, for coming.
Thank you for having me.
All right.
I'm Tom Parham. I'm an infrequent guest on the Con Guy.
All right. I hear ya.
I'm Cheeseman here wearing my Home Alone hat, and I just blew all your eardrums from theconguy.com. Hello.
That's the Home Alone
Merry
hat.
Christmas.
I know you. Yeah, that was-
great.
It's the
that's the Home Alone hat right there.
Comes with the Target box set.
Amazing.
Aw.
Derek, what is today?
Today is December, 17th? Yes.
Which
17th.
is?
Well, it's the 13th anniversary of The Return of the King hitting theaters.
13th? I said 15th.
I thought you
Sorry,
said
15th. I said it wrong. It's 15th. I was confused because it was 2003, and I switched the numbers around in my head.
I'm out of here, guys.
Dyslexia
This
for
is-
sure found.
Yeah. But yeah,
check.
it's the 15th anniversary.
All right.
And
That is, and I was telling Tom before the show, I said, the last perfect movie that was made.
I
Return
wouldn't
of
go
the
that
King.
far.
I would.
That and Sideways by Alexander
Yes.
Payne, but
I love Sideways.
that's for a different.
You've lived it.
That's for a different show altogether. Hey, everybody! Thank you for tuning in tonight. Tonight we have some pretty cool things to talk about. First and foremost, we're going to be talking about our Comic-Con news and some upcoming conventions that are coming up. Then after that, we're going to find out all about what Aaron Schwartz has been doing. Going to talk about his movies, The Mighty Ducks, Go Ducks! And a lot of fun stuff. Aaron, thank you for.
Quack.
We've been trying to get Aaron on the show. Probably.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
been
really
I think
happy
it was
I'm
Victory. It's been like 3 years.
3 years.
Has it been
It was 2 or 3 years. I think it was 2 years ago.
Have we? I don't know if we've known him
We
for
had
3
Thanksgiving
just
with
joking,
you,
but-
and
Yes,
you
that was
carved,
2 years ago,
You
yeah.
carved the
Yeah.
roast beast, and
That's right,
At
I
that
did,
time,
yeah.
we said, "Hey, let's try to get you on the show." And, it's
And
just
I'm like,
taking this
sure.
long.
Well, I'm happy I'm here. Thanks for
Oh, we
having
are
me.
glad
He
you're
is
here.
so in demand. You have to book him a year
Guys,
in
you got
advance.
it's a waiting
Yeah.
list. You're lucky you got me.
Yeah.
And Tom, thank you for joining us again. And yes, it is my fault that we have not had Tom on. He's like, he hasn't been here. It's not his own fault. It's not.
Yeah.
It's,
He's been here before, but it's been a long time.
It has been. It's been a long.
I
And Tom-
kid because I love.
Tom is a great expert in a lot of nerd things. He does panels at Comic-Con, moderates the panels.
By the way, this is
writes
Tom Parham.
trivia questions
If you guys
for
can,
games.
that's Tom Parham underneath that.
Yes, it's not
I went
actually
the full
Jason Momoa.
Momoa in honor
Yeah.
of Aquaman opening on Friday.
Yeah, he's actually playing a salty Aquaman right now.
Do you have contacts in as well? Or
Yes.
those?
Yeah, he
But you
really
Whoa,
did go the
really?
full-
But they're real contacts. I can really see.
That's amazing.
Wow.
All right, so let's go ahead and start off with Derek, our bulletin board. What's going
Yes. You know what? There is a convention on my birthday weekend this year. Isn't that awesome? January 24th through 26th, Wizard World, New Orleans.
on? That's your birthday weekend?
It is the 24th. They're throwing a convention for my birthday. Isn't that great?
Awesome.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's, of course, in New Orleans. Wizard World, January 24th through 26th. And also, January 11th through 13th is Ace Comic Con in Glendale, Arizona.
Ace is the place.
It absolutely is. I don't think this is the
It's a
same
hardware
Ace.
store. Okay.
But that would be fun.
Those Comic Cons have
Yeah.
only been around for, I think, a couple of years. Are you familiar with the Ace Comic Cons?
I am. They're pretty. They get some A-list talent.
Yeah.
A buddy of mine went to the first one in New York last year, and met Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and basically all the Justice League cast except for Ben Affleck were there.
Oh, okay.
But Ben Affleck has done Comic Cons as well. I think every A-list celebrity now is doing Comic Cons. It's like a new thing.
Well, it's so much money for so little work.
It's a lot of money. Yeah.
What? I can sign this picture and I get how much?
Yeah.
They get hundreds of thousands of dollars for
it's
signing
crazy.
pictures. Yeah.
I know that in television, some of the contracts on some of the shows, especially on the CW, I know are written with the Comic-Con attendance in mind.
Mandatory.
Yeah, well, not just mandatory, but it's part of their compensation because you're allowed to go and charge so much money at these things and earn so much money. So, it's
So they get like a waiter's salary. It's like $2 an hour for working on a
It
show. Then with the
sounds-
conventions, you get the tip.
They get their.
It sounds like they
then you
pay
make
them a little
$1
bit
million
less
a year.
because they allow them to make up for it on the convention circuit. I'm not 100% sure about this, but this is what the Hollywood Reporter said. All right.
That makes sense, actually. Why
And you
all
believe
the-
It's not a
Hollywood
bad,
Reporter?
it's not a bad
Fake
business
news.
to be in, I tell you
Fake
what.
news.
All right.
I believe it. And then January 18th to 19th is Paradise City Comic Con in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. And then January
Fort
that's-
Lickerdale?
Fort Lauderdale.
Tell you what.
Fort Lauderdale.
I stand by
What
my
did you
word.
do in Fort Lauderdale?
I mean,
I
whatever you
was
want to
in
get
the
up to
Navy,
there, but
guys. Come on.
Yeah, okay.
And then that same weekend, January 18th and 19th, is Albuquerque Comic Con in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
And as we always say, this is just the tip of the iceberg.
Yes.
Although Comic-Cons are slowing down a little bit right now because of the holidays.
A little.
I mean, for like, they slow down for like 12 days, and then right after that, they jump. January and February is pretty full.
There are so many Comic Cons. I think
know.
All
only
the time.
5 years ago there were only like a specific like 7 or 8 Comic Cons, right?
Yeah, well, I think there were more, but
Yeah.
you are right. It started exploding. And Tom, you
Yeah.
know how you kind of know a little bit more about the history, but like they started. I think my opinion, for what it's worth, is that Comic Cons, the explosion of Comic Cons is directly correlated to the explosion of Marvel movies. That's my own opinion.
Not just Marvel movies, but
Superhero
everything
movies.
else. You know, movies, TV shows. What's
On TV, yeah, you are correct. On television, the explosion, probably 10 to 12 years ago, we saw this. Like Marvel was 11 years ago with Iron Man, but like DC's been doing it for a while. On TV, the CW just owns, the DC world. So it's been going on for quite a bit now. So
Yeah, there's at least like 3 per state now, right?
per weekend.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like
crazy.
they're all eating each other. Like one of the things, and we don't have a lot of time to talk about it. We will talk about it in the future, but I think some Comic-Cons, not Comic-Cons, as we know, San Diego now owns Comic-Con. These conventions are eating each other and cannibalizing each other's audiences. And some of them are being canceled because of that.
You had Sierra on, who's part of they have a Ranger Con now.
Yeah.
isn't
Oh
that-
yeah.
Oh
Sierra.
yeah. Oh, they've had Ranger Cons for a while.
Really? I had no
Power
clue. I
Morphicon.
saw all these posts and I'm like,
Power
Ranger
Morphicon, yeah.
Cons? Wow.
Power Morphicon.
Power Morphicon.
There's a big fan following there, and
incredible.
they've had so many actors come in and play the Rangers over the years that you've got a lot of different
You
people
can
can
keep
get in
going
as guests.
forever.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have a Duck Con on ice someday.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be Donald.
Yeah.
So speaking of cons, we do have some news about WonderCon.
Yes.
What is that?
Yes, the badges went on sale.
Yes.
Yes, so and they haven't
That's the
made any
news.
announcements about professional badges yet, but the general.
But I did find that professional badges will soon be
Very
available.
soon.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm sure they will send an email when it's least convenient for real people.
Probably, but
Like in the middle of the night. Hey, we've got badges.
But I love WonderCon.
Yeah.
Besides San Diego, it is my absolute most.
It's baby Comic Con.
It's
But
great.
And it's great though, because like it's still big enough that they get good panels and good guests.
They've sold
but
out
it's-
the past 3 years.
Oh really? But they don't sell out nearly as fast, obviously,
No.
as San Diego Comic Con.
Nope.
You know, within an hour.
And the hotel options are much more reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Even though those have been jumping, it used to be $99 per night, and now it's like $159, $169, and just like
How much you got? We'll take it.
I know. I love it. WonderCon. Yeah, money. I love that WonderCon is right down across the street from Walt Disney World, from Disneyland.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of fun to get over there. Although that's close to spring break, so it's not
Will
like
Star Wars Land be open yet?
nope, not until late 2019. I think it's around
Aren't they?
August.
Isn't one summer and one's fall?
I think they are opening at different times.
Yeah, I think so.
But
I think we
Dis-
get
But
it
this would be
first
before that.
Yeah.
But I'm
Really?
pretty.
because we're more important.
But I think it's being, from what I understand, it's going to be open around the same time that D23 convention is happening across the street. So.
Wow, what timing?
I know, crazy, isn't it? All right, is there any other news? WonderCon
Yes.
badges on sale, pro
see, what else do we
registration.
San Diego Comic Con press
wait.
registration is open.
But WonderCon pro registration is open until January 16th. If you're not already approved, if
Okay.
you're already approved, no worries. But
How pro status?
Is there an
Oh,
approved?
so like the application
yeah.
stuff you can submit.
yeah,
Okay.
it's the application. Tom, do you remember? Have they always done like different application periods for both conventions, like a pro?
Usually it's, Comic Con's the big one. WonderCon, it's like, yeah, whatever.
But I don't remember having a separate professional application period.
They're probably
just for
doing it
Wondercon.
because Pro Reg this year, or Pro Certification this year was so freaking early. It was August.
Yeah, crazy, and everybody got kicked out. So, and what were you saying, Derek, about San Diego Comic Con?
Yeah, San Diego Comic Con. The press registration is open now.
Oh, yep. Press registration is open for just a couple more weeks there as well. And what's cool about this year's San Diego Comic Con? I know a lot of people we've talked to are not going this year, but it's the 50th anniversary. It is the 50th anniversary.
It's going to be a big one.
It is going to be huge, and they have a special commemorative souvenir guide.
When you say it's
out.
going to be huge,
I know. How does it get any bigger?
how much more huge?
I know nobody can go now.
Yeah.
Like we say, it sells out in 45 minutes. Nobody can get in. So I don't know. Maybe they'll bring in some good. I know that Star Wars is coming back this year.
Yay.
Which is exciting. But anyways, but what about the book, the souvenir book?
Well,
Oh,
I think you already said a few things and probably know more than I do.
sorry.
So go
Yeah,
ahead.
they are open. They're open for submissions from fans right now for articles, favorite memories, anything over the past 50 years of Comic-Con.
That is pretty cool.
Which is different. They usually have themes of the book, like the 100th anniversary of Tarzan, or what was it last year? Last year was was it Superman? I think.
No, that was WonderCon.
WonderCon. What was last year's San Diego Comic-Con?
I forget.
Oh, it was 10 years of Marvel.
Oh, yeah.
And the
MCU, MCU 10.
Yeah. So they usually have like a theme. This year it's 50 years of Comic-Con, which I think is great. It's going to be cool. Any other news for Comic-Con right now, guys? I have one question though, Tom.
Yes.
Just on a scale of 1 to 5, you saw Aquaman this weekend.
Yes, I did.
And
I'd give it a 4.
yeah, that's
Wow.
good. That's
Okay.
exciting.
Big.
I mean, it's big dumb fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Big dumb what? I'm sorry.
Become fun.
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 It's fun.
Fun.
That's
Well,
good.
not at 10 o'clock anymore, Tom. No, that's cool. I'm excited. I really want the DC movies to thrive. I mean, they had Wonder Woman, which really was awesome, and now they have this.
And that's about it.
Yeah.
I know.
No, then they had was it the event? No, the Avengers is Marvel. I'm gonna give up on.
It's
on
only
that.
They
the
got stuff coming
second.
up. The Joker.
It's only the second DC movie.
The Joker.
Yes.
DC
yeah,
EU
looks
movie
great.
to be positive, fresh on Rotten Tomatoes.
And
Man of Steel
really?
almost made it. Man of Steel is in the 50s, but you have to have 60 more. And Aquaman was at 75 last time I
Wait,
checked.
Batman and Robin didn't make it?
But this is
A movie so fabulous it killed the franchise.
Amazing. Ben Affleck was in it.
but this is outside of the Christopher Nolan films.
Yeah.
Because those all
Well,
Those are- yeah.
we're talking about the
That's
DCEU
something else.
movies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the DCEU has
The
been a
extended
whole different
universe
ballgame.
movies.
All right.
Yeah.
Speaking of superhero movies, we have somebody in the room who's actually been in one. All right. So I would like to. We have
Yeah, Jason Momoa, right?
Jason Momoa. Okay, but
Don't look into his eyes.
So no, not that picture yet. Okay, sorry. Right here, we have a picture for those of you watching on YouTube right now. This is the Mighty Ducks right there in the
Technically,
middle.
that's not a superhero
That's a
movie.
superhero movie too.
We're getting to it.
Gordon
We're getting
Bombay
to it.
is a superhero.
So, Aaron, what do we see? What are we looking at?
we
right here?
see. I got a reflection on one week. Okay, I see Sean Weiss, who plays Goldberg the goalie. I
Yeah.
see myself. I play Karp. David Karp. I see Les Averman, who has played Matt Doherty, who plays Les Averman. It's
hard to see the
And
rest
then
of 'em.
behind him, I'm pretty sure that's Brandon Adams, who plays Jesse Hall.
Nice.
And then over there is
Somebody in the background.
some duck.
And
Yeah.
and it's not impolite to say that you played the
Overweight.
the pudgy one.
Pudgy one. Well, I mean, Sean beat me in that one. I think I was more
Yeah.
like the other pudgy one, or the guy who always gets confused of the goalie.
Did you
They
guys
always
ever
think I'm
play
the
Chubby
goalie.
Bunnies?
No, but that sounds amazing.
That would have been awesome.
Chubby bunnies.
Because I was a fat
Sounds-
kid too, and me and my other fat friend played Chubby Bunnies, and I beat him.
Sounds like something I wouldn't
What is
admit to
chubby-
the world
what
if
is
I did
chubby
play
bunnies?
it, though.
You stick like marshmallows
Yeah.
in your mouth, and you have to say Chubby Bunnies. Or I did it. Actually, I think I
be
did it with
dangerous.
grapes, and I put like 30 to 40 grapes in my mouth as a
This
kid.
No, I just
podcast
stuffed marshmallows
is so
in my mouth.
educational.
Yeah.
In general,
Grape seems like it should be healthy though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a game.
That's way more than my
help you lose
record.
weight.
Like I could only get to like 18 grapes as a kid.
Yeah.
But
That's
speaking of
something impressive.
transformations, the next photo here is.
Heavyweights?
So
Whoa!
so
Whoa!
so
I
Aaron
look like
did,
I'm gonna kill somebody in that picture.
so Aaron did not stay Pudgy Bunny.
From chunk to hunk.
He stopped putting sandwiches in his helmet.
So,
Only grapes in my mouth now.
Yeah,
from
only
now on, that's
grapes.
it.
Yeah.
all right, and we just got a couple more photos here, and we'll go through it. And this is you. What is this character?
This is Vanya from Gossip Girl. I'm
And-
professing my love to Dorota.
You got married on the show, right? Or
Got
was it the
married on
follow?
the
You
show.
also a spin-off series.
There was a spin-off series that started prior, like right when my character was introduced, and it was like for Verizon. It was like it was kind of like the first. It was like when web series first started. And so that was one of those little web series. Yeah.
That's cool. But you were on Gossip Girl for a good 10 to 12 episodes or something
Yeah,
like that.
a little more. Yeah, I was on
Couple
for
years.
three or four seasons.
Right,
Yeah.
which is
Nice.
cool.
Yeah.
All right, and then one more shot. This is the superhero shot. Can you describe this, please?
It's Kurt Russell and some weird German-looking dude standing next to him with dots on his face. I don't know what's going on there.
All right. But no. Most people don't realize that you were actually in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Well, kind of. I mean, it was my face and Kurt Russell's face, like smushed together,
Right.
and then used in it.
Which
Yes.
is kind
Did you
of
do all the
awesome.
body movements?
It was
and all that?
we had to. Everything that Kurt Russell did, I had to do. Sometimes he was nice. He's like, "Why don't you take the reins?" And he would let me do the scene first, and then he would follow me, which was I was like,
And they
I can't believe they're
digitally
letting me-
composited you.
Yeah,
into one
they used those
creature?
dots as markers, and what they did is they didn't want to use any CGI. They used limited CGI. They did makeup, and then they did, and they just literally took our faces, meshed them together, and used very small amounts of CGI to kind of erase the lines in between. And other than that, it was just in-camera tech. It was like the closest they could get to make it look realistic by using in-camera
Wow.
technique.
I got to tell you, though, until when I see Guardians of the Galaxy 2 now, I see your face.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
just because I know you, I knew that was you. And it's pretty amazing, how
it's his
close,
smile, not Kurt Russell.
Yeah, how close you
He
guys
copied
match.
his smile.
There are certain things that might be mine that you wouldn't know, like on our body, on our arms, maybe our butts, or maybe, Well, I really just smiled. So they use different parts. I remember the opening scene. I remember talking to James Gunn at the premiere, and I was like, I totally saw my eyes. He goes, yeah, we used your eyes for the whole time. So
That's cool.
So like if you see the movie, it's my eyes.
Can I ask you a question? And this is, let's not get into any of the controversy, but what
Yeah.
was it like to work with James Gunn?
Amazing.
Yeah?
Yeah. Let's not get into that content
No,
because
I don't
mean,
want to at all.
Either way, it's just he's a beautiful, beautiful soul, really good person, one of the best people I've ever worked with. He's a workhorse, and he's not a jerk about it. You know, he's one of, I think he's one of my favorite directors I've ever
cool.
worked with.
And DC snapped him up for Suicide Squad.
I-
too.
And
Smart.
DC's going to start getting a lot better because James Gunn's on their team.
I pray to God.
Okay. I'm gonna want.
Oh, I have a question.
Okay,
Is
maybe
there
I
any-
shouldn't.
Is there any chance of you playing a young Santa now that Kurt Russell did that role?
Oh yeah.
It's either him or I want to do the old what's his name from Home Improvement, Tim.
Tim Allen.
Tim Allen?
Ah.
I want to do a Tim Allen movie. That's what I want to do. Let's bring him back.
Well, that would be cool. Okay, what was it like working with Kurt Russell, though?
It was amazing.
Yeah?
He's incredible. He's Kurt Russell, and like I recited the beginning of what's it called? Big Trouble in Little China.
Yeah?
Movie.
I kind of, did a little bit of the monologue where he's eating the sandwich in the truck, and he started doing it with me. He loves it. He doesn't get tired of it, and I asked him questions about acting. He would talk to me about Tombstone. I was just, it was in heaven, just hanging out with the guy.
Yeah. Kurt Russell's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome.
The
Did he know you both were kid Disney actors?
I actually knew his son. I went to school with his son.
way.
So I went to a school for professional actors from the time I was 13 until I was around 16, 17. Sounds snobby that I did that.
No.
Professional
Not
actors.
at all.
Oh. But I met Boston Russell is his son, and
Boston Russell.
Boston Russell.
Wow.
His son from his first marriage, and we became really close friends. And I would see Kurt Russell there once in a while, and we talked about it the first day.
Oh, that's
they
wild.
entered the first day I walked in, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm on set for Guardians of the Galaxy, and then there's like Zoe Saldana walking by me, Chris Pratt's like waving.
That's cool.
James Gunn's like hello, and then Kurt Russell was like talking to me about his son, and I was like, this is crazy.
Did you meet Chris Pratt?
Yeah.
Is he
He's
fun
so
guy?
so down to earth, so easy going, cool guy.
Look, you had a question, I know. Sorry.
I have a question.
Not sure what you're referencing. But
I have a question.
I'm sorry. We were talking in the car. Wait, on the car on the way.
How
over.
was the transition going from child star to young adult? Because a lot of people don't make it over that hump.
That's true.
Sometimes because they self-destruct, and sometimes just because they're like,
It's interesting.
Nobody wants
How
to
did you
anymore.
land here as a drug?
I get this question all the time, and I'm actually doing a documentary about this.
Oh, you really?
Nice.
Nice.
So I'm doing a documentary with my friend Chris Canote. We have a production company called Brand New Pictures, and we're doing this documentary on that question.
Excellent.
And
That's
we're
an
going to talk
awesome
to
idea.
talk to a lot of my colleagues and talk to
Other former child
professionals
stars.
about it.
I've got a lead for you.
What's that?
One of the kids on Black Lightning. He plays. Is it Cyanide, or what's his name?
I don't know.
He's the bad guy. He's the boyfriend turned bad guy. He's one of my former students.
Send his
He
info.
started as a child star. Did a few things when he was in college, and then started.
That's
booking
great.
They went down the drug
Riverdale
hole,
and
right?
Black Lightning.
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, send his info.
Painkiller.
We want to talk to everybody. I want to get to the bottom of that question because I know for myself, I know how to answer that question.
Yeah.
I think parents have a big
is
deal
it-
I
to
think
do with it.
parents are like one of the number one factors.
But there are also situations where parents, were great and stuff happens.
And guys, I forgot, and it's my bad. I forgot to introduce our engineer extraordinaire, Anthony, in the booth.
yeah, there's Tony's voice.
Tony.
Hey, everybody.
ya.
And Tony
here.
had something to say.
Tony here in the booth. Yeah, I just wanted to fly in with, I believe it was Jordan Calloway,
Yes.
Tom, who plays Khalil on Black Lightning.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Painkiller.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jordan Calloway.
And
I know that name.
And what's cool is that, and we were talking privately before the show, and I don't want to give away any, but some of the people that you said that you have talked to for this documentary,
Yeah.
it's going to be an impressive documentary.
There's going to be some names
Yeah.
that you recognize.
Yeah.
Some A-listers that are going to be in it, and some former A-listers or might soon be A-listers. And there's also people that kind of fell off the face of the earth, or so-called fell off the face of the earth. What did they do? They have regular careers. Some people are not doing so well. So we're gonna dive into it and get some answers and shed light on this whole child actor issue. Yeah.
Nice. Speaking of a child actor,
Yeah.
we got to talk about the Mighty Ducks. I love that film so much. What was it like? I mean, you and a bunch of kids. Did you know how to ice skate before
I had
then?
no idea how to ice skate.
Yeah.
It
What
was
a way to learn.
Oh yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we all lied. We all showed up. At our audition, we were like, yeah, we know how to ice skate.
Where'd they film it at?
Minnesota.
Minnesota.
The Twin Cities, Minneapolis, Minnesota, and St. Paul, Minnesota.
MSP.
Yeah, and it was great. It was the first time I ever did a movie. It was like the first thing I booked as a 10-year-old, and seeing big Panavision cameras, and it's like dream came true. So that in combination with hanging out with pretty much a family, became a family, and it was incredible.
And you've kept up with a lot of these guys over the years, right?
Yeah, most of them actually. Yeah, I've kept up with pretty much all of them. Even I saw Josh Jackson not too long ago. Eldon Henson, who's now a big part of the Marvel world, right?
Foggy.
He's
I
Foggy.
know. Well,
He's on
God
the
rest
Comic-Con
his-
service circuits. What? Sorry.
I would say Daredevil is no more, but still,
Uh,
it may be
2 years.
We'll talk about it. All right.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
How was Emilio?
Emilio's the best.
Yeah?
Emilio's the best. He took us to go see Wayne's World when it came out. He took us bowling. I was so
great.
annoying as a little kid. I would like to constantly tap on him, and he was so patient with me. So
Why doesn't he do
was-
more? I wonder.
He does
I
a
don't
lot
think
of
he wants
directing,
to.
though.
He does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard I heard from Jordan Kerner, the producer of the Ducks, that he was making wine with his wife up in Northern California.
Speaking of that, Kurt Russell, did he talk to you about his wine?
No, he talked to me about baseball though. He was a minor league baseball player, professional.
Isn't it
pretty much
crazy? He's
professional.
all-
Yeah.
And
He was famous at the time, I think, because he was a child actor.
Gobi. Is Gobi? It's Goldie Hawn. So his wines is Gobi wines. I think that's what it is.
Really?
Yeah. He used to have a tasting room up in up north of Santa Barbara in Los Alamos, but it's closed. But now he has really good wines. Really good
Well, I
wines.
wish we would have had a glass of wine together and
I know.
discussed
What-
wine and. Yeah.
So after Mighty Ducks,
Yes.
you transitioned into a Judd Apatow movie.
Yeah.
Which is like kind of surprising. You think about Judd Apatow making kids movies, but he did Freaks and Geeks, which is great. But what was the movie?
Heavyweights. It's called Heavyweights, about a rambunctious group of overweight children who are going to a fat camp, and I play Jerry. I don't want to go to the camp. But my parents make me. Jeffrey Tambor plays my father in it, and we end up going. And a crazy psychopath takes over the camp, buys the camp, and creates an infomercial for
Ben
weight
Stiller?
loss. Ben Stiller, played Tony Perkis, and then we uprise and uproot and take over. Yeah,
We watched it just this past year. That was
Well, we watched a little bit, and then we're like, no, we should watch this with Aaron. We'd watched like the
let's
opening
watch it.
scene.
That'd be great.
yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I want to watch it with you.
I've never actually seen the movie. I've seen clips of it, so if you guys want to get a reaction,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That
Let's
would be a
do
lot
it.
of
Yeah,
fun.
it's
Yeah, we
Judd
watched that
Apatow's-
opening walking scene, and then you kind of like freaked out.
Yeah. It's Judd's first film. That
Is it
he
really?
made. Yeah, his
Wow.
first film for Apatow Productions. He did it with Steve Brill, who wrote The Ducks. They kind of had like a little thing, and then there's so many little cameos in that. Peter Berg is a cameo in that. Paul Feig
Oh yeah.
is a cameo in that, and Paul Feig wrote Freaks and Geeks, so it's
Yeah.
like a whole little
That's pretty
whole little
amazing.
family. Yeah.
Judd Apatow does kind of like he nurtures a family of creatives.
He
around
really
him.
does. He likes to cultivate the talent that's there, and he wants to nurture it, definitely.
Speaking of cultivate, though, like the writer of Ducks is somebody that you have kept in touch with. And
Yes,
yeah.
Steve. Yeah, I'm still in contact with Steve. He's great. I found out that Steve, Peter Berg, and Mark Maron were roommates.
Yeah.
No way.
wow.
So I'm a huge Mark Maron fan. So I was just like, this is great. Yeah,
His role in Glow is perfect for him.
he's amazing. Yeah, one of my favorites.
We last year, remember the screening? There was a Mighty Ducks screening last year, which you came right towards the end, and you came up and you were able to speak in the crowd.
Steve was there.
He
I
was
heard.
he was there before, like at the beginning.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know anything about this, but he announced
He
something.
announced the show.
He announced a show, a Mighty
Maybe
Ducks.
prematurely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I know that Disney ended up starting their own network, and so I think a lot of the content,
streaming network, yep.
A lot of the content that was on Netflix was transferred over to the Disney.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus.
So I
Fourth
think that
quarter meeting.
might have had something to do with the logistics of putting this show up. But yeah, he told me that there was a show in pre-production written. I don't know if he wrote all of the episodes.
We're
but
talking a Mighty
greenlit
Ducks
and everything.
TV show
Yeah.
streaming, which would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be so great.
And I'm pretty sure, I don't know to what capacity, but I'm pretty sure all the Ducks have some sort of role in it or appearance in it when it does come out. So
Mighty
you'll see
Ducks,
all
the Next Generation.
Yeah, that might be the next generation.
That'd be
I don't know.
great.
He was so tight-lipped about it. He wouldn't tell me, but you will see some of all the old Ducks return if it does end up coming to fruition. You'll see us return.
He was strangely loose-lipped about it.
Yeah.
But like you said, we
Might have had a couple of drinks. No, I think he's sober. I don't know.
There is that tiki bar right next
Yeah,
door.
there is.
so
There is.
he
Oh, I
probably
love
has
that place.
tickets, yeah.
It's so
Missed
great. Have you in any of the Ducks? Do you guys ever do like conventions or events or anything together?
Often, actually, we do. Yeah, we just did one at a casino up north not too long ago. But yeah, the Ducks will come together once in a while. The largest one we just had was at this casino, and Eldon was there. And pretty much everybody's seen that picture, plus Eldon.
Oh, nice.
And I know Jane Plank, who played Tammy, and Danny Tamborelli, who's I did Pete and Pete with Danny Tamborelli.
Oh yeah, that's right. You're in the
Who's-
PD.
He's from all that, and yeah, so he's going to be at one of them. So we're all planning on something. There is going to be a 25th anniversary for the Mighty Ducks, and there might be a little thing happening with the team, the Anaheim Ducks. So I'm not 100% sure on that.
cool.
But stay tuned to that. You might see a little
Because
little
Disney
mix of the
used
Ducks
to
and,
own the team.
It used to be the Mighty Ducks.
Yes, the Mighty Ducks. They kept it long enough to promote the movie, and then they ditched the hockey team after
the
that.
hockey team.
Same
And
thing with the Angels.
But they're friends. They're all friends,
yeah,
and
yeah.
we're all hanging out. Yeah.
Oh no, no, we love Disney. They're a good company.
Now, did you have like any like favorite memory or working on a particular scene, like any special story to tell
In
our
the
viewers?
Ducks or in heavyweights?
Ducks first.
Ducks. Yeah, I mean, literally every day was, my favorite. I'd say probably the scene where I get hit in the head with the puck was really fun because it was the closest I got to like stunt work, and then they let me like do the fall and they let me skate backwards, and so I think I was feeling like really cool, like an action star at the time. I was like, oh, this is my scene,
That's cool.
So I really
So
like.
you actually skated backwards? They didn't like reverse the footage or anything?
No, yeah. I actually learned they had to coach that taught us we were there because we lied, we were there for a month prior to filming, learning like 8 hours a day, 5-6 days a week sometimes.
Wow.
Just being drilled on learning how to skate and play hockey. So
Now, could you have competed for the Olympics?
no. We knew how to make it look good. Yeah.
You know, it's kind of cool. Like, you've been continuously working all these years, but you're part of something that is huge. Like the Duck franchise is something huge, and it's probably Disney. You know, Disney has a way of reinventing and keep on going. It's something that's probably going to be around for a while, and it hasn't been rebooted yet. It sounds like it might be soon.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be part of such a storied franchise?
I'm grateful.
Yeah.
I'm so grateful. I mean, I was grateful as a kid. I never took it for granted. And I'm still extremely grateful. Never get tired of hearing about it. If I ever get recognized for it, I'm like in awe that people that the fan base is so strong, and extremely grateful.
It was really cool at the screening last year. You had all these guys in their Duck uniforms wanted to take their pictures with
Yeah, it was
like
great.
They were on the Duck team. That was really a cool moment.
Ducks fly together, isn't that the
What was
saying?
it? Ducks fly together. Yeah, that's right.
And it still is like a family. We're still, when I see them, it's like we haven't spent that much time apart. We're all still really close, and we'll text each other. I just got a text from Matt the other day, texting me, who plays Averman, and we're all really close. Yeah,
That is cool. Do people ever just randomly come up to you and start quacking? I feel like that'd be
yes, that has happened.
I'm sure that gets annoying, but what can you do?
When we do Comic-Cons, people will just surround us and quack. Yeah. So
well, the thing, because like, and hopefully you take this the right way. You presently don't have the appearance of that pudgy little kid.
Yeah.
In that. So I mean,
social media has helped people. Yeah. Like people will be like, "Oh, that's the fat kid from the Ducks. What's up? You're the goalie, right?" I'm no,
It's
not me.
It's like those things that pop up, like what they look like, but now they're smoking hot.
Yeah,
Like
right.
those kind of things you get on those slideshows.
I've seen your pictures in those. Like,
and there's a picture of me looking confused.
You wouldn't believe what he looks like now.
It's one of Brad's pictures.
then you're gonna click through 51 pictures to get like, where the hell is it? It's great. Oh yeah. Hey, hi Brad. Thank you for helping to set this up. Brad's watching hopefully right now.
Brad Everett Young.
Yeah.
He's the man.
Brad, if you have a question, please text that to me. Hey, we would be remiss if we didn't ask about Gossip Girl. Like, you were on that for 2 or 3 seasons, and what was it like working on that show?
Amazing as well. So that was like, I came back into I kind of left the business a little bit for about 10 years. Came back in my mid-20s, and I did a little soap opera here, and then I booked Gossip Girl, and it was kind of like the Ducks all over again. Yeah, wasn't as big of a role, but it was still an awesome experience. I was on set daily. It was a steady job, which was nice.
In this town, that's a rarity.
Yeah, and I really thought I was going to show up. And they were young actors, a little younger than me at the time. They were like in their early 20s, a lot of them, and they were stars, and they were new stars, new celebrities. So I really thought there were going to be a lot of egos involved, and everybody was just so nice and so sweet to me. I remember Blake Lively always like helping
Mrs.
me out
Ryan
technically.
Reynolds.
Yeah. And so everybody was just great. It was also a little family there, and I was happy to be a part of it for a small time.
Do they ever do conventions for I'm unaware of those
Gossip Girl conventions?
Well, are they ever on the circuit or at all?
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
I think some of the actors independently are on the circuit.
Because I know they do soap opera conventions.
Yeah, like fan events, not necessarily a con, but they could do stuff like that.
If they did a Gossip Girl con, it would be huge.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, there are fans from all over.
Because it was on for like 6 years, maybe, I think.
It had a good run.
It had a really. It was one of the premier shows on the CW for a long time.
Yeah, it was one of their signature shows.
It was Ed Westwick. Westwick and Chase and
Crawford
and Blake.
Blake Lively, Leighton Meester, who's now on a new show with what's his name, Karen. Killian?
Yeah.
Is that his name? I always confuse his name. The guy from SNL.
Oh yeah.
The single parents.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Taran Killam.
Yep. And then the girl who was also the little girl in Jim Carrey's Grinch. She grew up to be on that show.
Taylor Momsen. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she was great too. They were all young professionals and killing it. They're really good at what they did. The acting on that show was top notch. It really was.
Oh, and it was kind of like
Wasn't that the OC producers, like Stephanie Savage?
Stephanie Savage and Josh Schwartz. Yeah.
Oh, Josh Schwartz did that.
he's got it going on.
Yeah, they're
Well,
both
they
they're
run
both hustlers. They're doing the Runaways. They're doing
doing the
great.
Runaways?
Yeah.
I like them because they do like teen shows, but they have a level of intelligence about them. I like that. Kind of like the OC was like the adults in that show were just as interesting as the teen characters, which was kind of cool.
And the adults didn't disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
2 seasons into the show, they were there the whole run.
So he does the Runaways now. That's
Yeah.
nice. Man, that guy's,
Yeah, they are smart. They play to the idea, but they add some intelligence to it. For
The
sure.
Runaways is a really good show. It's on my list of shows from this year that I really liked. Speaking of which, we have to move on here, but do we have any final questions before we jump into our review of the year? Any final questions for...
So any other like shows or movies or things we haven't
Oh yeah,
talked about that you'd like to talk
I just did a small role, a co-star on a new movie coming out called Adverse.
Yeah?
And it's starring Mickey Rourke,
Oh,
Penelope
nice.
Ann
Nice.
Miller,
Yeah.
Sean Astin, Matt Ryan. I had to pull this out because I was like, whoa, I'm in a movie with these people.
Yeah.
Lou Diamond Phillips.
I haven't seen him in a while.
Lou's
That's cool.
cool.
Andrew Keegan,
Nice.
Thomas
Wow.
Ian Nicholas, who brought me on. Thomas Ian Nicholas
know
is a good
Tom.
friend of mine. I met him at Comic Cons. Yeah, he's at a lot of Comic Cons.
Rookie of the Year.
Rookie of the
Yeah.
Year,
Love
American
that
Pie.
movie.
Yeah. And I'm just very happy to be part of
Congratulations
that.
on that.
Yeah.
Jesse
Cool.
Garcia plays my fellow detective, and Jesse Garcia just got a little role on Narcos. So
Nice.
congrats, Jesse.
Nice.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm excited to be part of that. So that's something that's coming out soon.
We also have to do a little call out. Jake Thomas, who is on our show frequently. Well, he hasn't been on very much lately. Come on, Jake, get back on the show. His wife, Erin, she directed a short film that you were in called Rekindled. Do you remember?
Jake,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, Erin.
Okay, yeah. Aaron Brown.
Yeah, Aaron Brown. Yeah.
I love Jake. Yeah. Aaron
those two
Brown.
are pretty brilliant.
Kelly Vrooman starred in it, and it was a cool little. It was a funny little short that they did. Yeah, they're smart. What they
Yeah.
did. They did also Bot Harmony, a little like fake dating app thing
Yep.
that I played a Russian bot on.
I did see that
The
one.
whole Russian collusion thing was happening. So yeah,
Did you play a Russian on Gossip Girl?
I
Yeah, you
did.
had an accent.
Yeah.
What
I
was your
did.
name again? It was
Vanya.
Vanya, and you had to affect the
I
accent.
had to affect the accent, which I was surprised that happened, and they agreed with it.
All right. Thank you so much for coming on the
Thanks
show
for
tonight.
having me. I
And
appreciate it.
Aaron's going to be here for the rest of the show as we go over 2018, the year that was. So thank you so much, Aaron, for coming on tonight.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Aaron's friend, for coming on. Thank you, Aaron's
Thanks,
Aurelie. Thank you.
Thanks, Aurelie.
Bravo's here. Beautiful Aurelie.
You guys can't see or hear her, but she is in the corner offering moral support.
She's making this whole room a lot prettier.
She's a lot prettier than Aaron, I got to tell you
Yeah.
what.
10 times.
All right.
I don't know. It's pretty close.
I don't know,
It is
except for
pretty close.
Aquaman here.
That camp did wonders.
Oh, yeah, it helped you. I wonder if you could do that kind of a movie today, you know? Like,
That a lot of people have that question.
You would be running the camp
I
now.
think Judd and Steve would figure out a way to do it, but it wouldn't be the same.
yeah.
It wouldn't be the same. Yeah.
They'd have Seth Rogen playing a kid or something. You know?
Oh,
Definitely.
all right. So for this last section of the show, what we're going to do is this is the Con Guys review of 2018, all the best movies, TV shows, and events of the year. So we have about 13 to 15 minutes left in the show, so we don't have a lot of time, but let's go ahead and start with the movies. This was a big year for films. It's one of the
That was
biggest
huge.
years in the history of box office.
Yeah.
Guys, what are some of the movies that came out this year that you think will stand the test of time? Some of the best movies of the year.
Black Panther.
Black Panther is...
Yeah.
Cultural moment.
Like I like to say, it's not just spectacle; it rises above spectacle and actually has something to say. It's going to be.
But it was also like beautiful to look at. Like
Yeah.
the production design was one of my favorite things about that movie. It just looked so cool.
And can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Let's remove the cultural moment. It's just a badass movie.
Yeah.
It's just good.
Just an incredible
it's
movie.
Just so
Nothing
good.
gives me more pleasure than seeing either a white kid in a Black Panther costume or t-shirt or hoodie, or some of my Anglo cosplay friends cosplay Black Panther. I think that's awesome.
I thought the script was genius. I
So
just
you're
thought
okay
it
with
was
that?
incredible.
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
This last Halloween, there was a controversy which I didn't understand. I was like,
If you're, as long as you're not doing blackface.
Yeah.
I know. I love Black Panther. Growing up was one of the coolest characters, you know, because I like the character. He doesn't shoot powers at you. He's just tough, you know. He was one of the coolest characters growing up. Anyways,
Well, and also in the MCU, of course, Infinity War was this year, which
was the
huge
biggest
at the box office.
biggest movie worldwide of the year. Black Panther.
247 billion?
Billion. That's worldwide.
Wow.
Black Panther was the biggest domestic film of the year because it broke 700 million with Avengers right behind it at 6
and made
something.
1.2 billion worldwide.
Oh my god! Yeah,
Flouting conventions about nobody wants to see a movie with black people in it overseas.
but I know it's kind of cool. It made that much overseas. But those two movies together, wow! Talk about a stranglehold at the top of the box office. Marvel,
Disney has crossed $6 billion at the box office this year, and Mary Poppins
7.
Oh, they've crossed 7 now.
7.
Okay, with Mary Poppins opening. Yeah.
That's
crazy.
Mary Poppins is and they're about to absorb Fox into the fold, which means that next year's going to be even more.
Disney's come a long way since the Ducks.
Oh,
That's true. That's true.
yeah.
Since that little park in Anaheim.
All right, so those are two movies. Those are two, I think, obvious films that we couldn't miss. But what else? What else
Well,
do we
I
have
got
on those?
another. Speaking of Infinity War, I have a nice. I'm your son right
You're
here.
repping, yeah.
Yeah.
Got Star-Lord here, but with the Raptors. So
Raptor
Jurassic World: Fallen Kingdom.
Yep, that
came
was
out this year.
smart.
So I enjoyed it. It was fun. I liked the first Jurassic World better, and of course the original Jurassic Park is better
best.
than everything.
25 years
the
ago
Jurassic
this year.
Worlds are fun. I didn't like it quite being in like the house as long as it was, but I did like a lot about it. And it was fun.
So you didn't like that it was called Jurassic World Fallen Kingdom, but it was in a house for like half the movie?
I hated that. I hated that.
Was Jeff Goldblum in it?
He was.
A little bit.
was.
Yeah.
Then it
He had a
should do.
cameo.
Then it should do.
But he should have been in
phenomenally,
it more.
'cause-
He just had like
Yeah.
speech and end with speech.
No, Jeff Goldblum
Boom.
needs to star.
I
in it.
liked it better than Jurassic World 1.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
But Jimmy Buffett wasn't in it.
Aaron, you were in the
It's random,
originals as
I know.
well.
Yeah, the original. I did the
Sorry.
pilot of the originals.
Brad said we should have asked you about the originals. I
Oh,
didn't even
well.
know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry,
What's
I did-
that? No.
Anyways, he was in the originals on this.
I was in the
I watched
originals.
the originals.
Yeah, I
That was
didn't
a,
know
that was a. I got another accent I had to affect for that one. Yeah.
That's very cool.
Thanks, Brad.
Yeah.
He told me not to ask about your fourth nipple.
No, it's because I always show it.
The show got weird.
Okay, what else? Okay, are you guys surprised at the fourth biggest movie of the year?
Incredibles 2.
Incredibles 2.
I'm not that
No.
surprised.
It's
No,
a
it's
superhero
Pixar.
movie, although they're called supers.
Yeah. But it's also a Pixar movie, and it's
Pixar,
like,
yeah.
I'm surprised by number 5.
Number 5. Yeah, okay.
Venom.
Number 5 on the
Agreed.
list.
Really?
Venom.
I haven't seen it yet.
852 million worldwide.
I mean, because Venom as
The
a character
Chinese
has a following anyway.
went crazy for this
Yeah.
movie. No,
Yep.
it was
Yeah.
huge in China. Huge.
That is.
That's
strange.
probably what saved it, because over here I think it broke like 200. So worldwide, another 600.
For me, Venom was
Million.
like, it wasn't awful, but it wasn't great. And it was more like, what is Tom Hardy doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is Michelle
That's probably
Williams in
why-
this movie?
Probably why I made so much money. Tom
It was
Hardy
also
in
like,
it.
why is
I
this
think- yeah.
movie existing?
Well,
It was interesting.
I didn't see
it was,
it,
it was
guys.
entertaining.
I haven't.
It wasn't what I wanted it to be.
Is this spoilers? Do I need to hum?
Spoiler
No.
alert.
okay, without spoilers,
It's
what
okay.
was so bad about it?
Everything?
Okay.
Oh.
I will say there. I felt like if you're going to do a movie about Venom, who is a villain, then
No, this was taken
Well,
from a point in Venom's...
I'll finish my thought later,
Comic
Tom.
book
Go
career.
ahead.
Sorry.
Was it better than Bane voice? Did he do better than Bane voice?
Does it
Tom
deserve
Hardy.
all this discussion?
Was his Venom voice better than
Yes.
Bane? Okay.
I will say that. You
that's
could
a good
understand what he
thing.
was saying.
He didn't play... Did he do the voice of Venom?
Yes.
Oh, he did?
Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah,
No,
he
but
did. He did Venom.
This was Venom as an
Yeah.
anti-hero instead of a villain. So.
Yes. In which case, because of that, I really wanted to see it kind of like a story of like a fall, kind of becoming a villain.
It is based
Aaron's
off of-
raising
yeah.
his hand. He's
Hold
raising his
on.
hand.
Hold
Because the
on.
next one on this is Mission Impossible. And
Can
let me
we-
just tell you something about Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I probably gave 1 million of the 700. No, I didn't. No, I didn't. But I love every Mission Impossible movie. I'm obsessed with them. Those are the type of movies I can watch over and over and
Mission
over again.
Impossible
So
is my
that's not a
favorite
surprise.
movie on this list.
Really? See, this is one that I wanted to see this year and did not get to see, and it's
Oh, it's
killing
good.
me.
You
I
didn't
still
see
really want to
Fallout?
see it. No, I really wanted to see Henry Cavill and Tom Cruise fight.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
It was
Oh,
great.
man.
I think
Cavill was like
And
pounding
Cavill
the
was
crap
only
out
on an
of him.
Apple box. I mean, Tom Cruise was only on the Apple box for like half of the movie.
Yeah.
Sometimes like they're the same height.
I didn't know that.
Isn't
No
it crazy
way.
how they can do
One
that?
of the things that worked well about this movie, script-wise, is it ties into pretty much all the previous movies.
Yeah.
Instead of ignoring them.
Boy, it tied in a heavy way too. That was
Oh, yeah.
good. That
And
was so
yeah.
good.
I like that the Mission Impossible movies will do some they tend to tie in some way. Some of them don't do it very well.
No, but this one is.
But
Tied all of them in,
Yeah.
I like that.
Talked about his ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
And,
Talked about his wife.
his wife.
Yeah.
He shows up.
Right? It's
We
great.
find out he definitely.
Don't.
I don't want to know
Oh,
stuff.
don't
Everybody
make-
dies.
Found out.
No. We're not going
No?
to spoil that movie.
Scoot in, under.
Oh.
Gotcha.
There you go.
So the next movie was a winner in my book, Deadpool 2.
Yes.
it.
What?
What?
Oh,
He's
Tom.
wearing an Aquaman costume. Come on, everybody. Are you seeing a pattern here?
Why?
I didn't care. I hate the character. I
Okay.
hate the costumers. I was bored.
You hate the
wasn't-
cosplayers?
I hate. They're obnoxious twits.
Wait.
Seriously.
Sometimes.
Okay, wait, stop.
But I
Most
still
of
like
the
You're
the movie.
alienating most of the audience here.
So you're the perfect audience for Once Upon a Deadpool.
There you go.
No, for what reason?
I just didn't care for it. I mean, I'm
Which
looking
is
at the
fair.
theater. I saw it in the theater this time. Didn't wait for a plane or anything. Saw it in the theater. I'm looking around. People were laughing. I was not one of them.
Huh.
Not
So,
even
yeah,
baby
just-
Deadpool scene.
No.
But Ryan Reynolds is so
baby
charming and
Deadpool.
funny. No?
I think he's.
I like Ray. But
Who?
Ryan Reynolds. Ray.
Oh,
Ray.
really?
I call him Ray.
I've never heard that before. Ray.
I just made it up.
Okay.
He texts
I like
him on
him.
the side.
Yeah,
Right,
Ray.
Ray.
But I just didn't. It
He's
didn't,
done
didn't do
nothing
it
good
for
since
me.
the proposal.
I loved him. in
Once
this.
he worked with Sandy, he hit a bottom afterwards.
The only thing, it's just, has everyone in the room seen the movie?
Yeah. We saw
Yes,
it, right?
yes.
Yeah, we saw that.
The little time thing at the end maybe ruined it for me.
Oh, but they handled it. No.
Oh, and they do reverse.
They were
oh,
so
yeah,
aware
yeah,
of that,
yeah.
though.
Like,
it was.
When you watch through the credits, they're
Very
like they're
that
making
was
fun
But he
of that
always-
convention
They're
in
yeah.
these movies.
But he
Okay,
always
so-
breaks the fourth wall
Yeah.
all the time. So I don't think anything is out of bounds for Deadpool. 'Cause
This
they
is
always
true.
do. It's
This
kind of
is
like
true.
a toss in the
Yeah.
air.
all right. So Bohemian Rhapsody is the next one. That's not quite in our wheelhouse, but it was a
it was
good
good.
movie.
Wait a
Yeah.
second.
I
Does that
enjoyed it.
mean he's gonna be he's gonna solve the problem in Infinity War if he's
What-
doing time travel stuff?
Who?
Wouldn't that be awesome?
Freddie Mercury?
No.
Deadpool and Freddie
Deadpool.
Mercury together.
That's
joined.
good. All right.
Okay.
So the last two of the top 10, Ant-Man and the Wasp,
Loved
Marvel,
it.
Fantastic Beasts.
Has anybody seen it?
I saw it.
Yes.
I liked it better than the first one.
I've heard that, but I heard it wasn't
Still,
great.
I like this whole series. I'm not loving as much because
It's a cash grab.
it feels like it. Yeah,
It
I mean,
is
there's-
a cash grab. They took a reference book and
for
turned
Fant-
it into a narrative.
Oh, it,
Something.
Yeah, I mean, at least
well
J.K.
done,
Rowling is
though.
writing
It's a-
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's got Johnny Depp.
And it still has some really fun moments along the
Colin
way. I
Farrell.
mean,
All right, guys. I'm gonna let's real
through.
quickly
Yeah.
speed through some last couple of movies on this list, or that you guys think are worthy of best movies of the year. Some of the most fun movies of the year. What do you think? Spider-Man: Into the Universe. You saw.
Best animated film of the year.
All
oh,
right.
really?
Yeah, I can't wait
And
to see
there
it.
are moments
hear
that will
that,
make
Brad?
you.
Yeah.
There are moments that will make you tear up.
Okay, what else? What else we
Yeah, A
got?
Quiet Place, definitely.
Oh yeah.
One of the best of the year. I loved it. Wait, Aaron.
Why Mandy? I don't understand. I don't understand
it's
the
got
whole
Nick
Mandy
Cage.
thing.
Nicolas
Nick
Cage!
Cage is screaming in another movie. I mean, I love Nick
Nicolas
Cage,
Cage!
but this movie was like, I'd have to be dropping a lot of acid to enjoy this
And
movie.
maybe that's what they did to make the movie. I think it was, is it Esquire? Somebody called it the best movie of the year.
Yeah, somebody was
They
dropping
were
some
high.
LSD.
I think they
I'm
must
just hearing
have.
from a lot of people that loved it, but they're
never
mostly
got
horror
it.
fans.
Did you guys like Ready Player One?
No.
It was
I didn't love it as much as the book. Like I liked the book a lot better.
I was
but
unaware
I still
of it.
enjoyed the movie, and I have friends who absolutely loved it.
and there was a Star Wars movie
Yeah.
this year.
It's a triumph
Solo.
of simulacra.
What'd you guys think of Solo: A Star Wars Story?
I had fun with it.
Better
I
than
just
it
took it
had
for what
a
it
right
was,
to be.
and-
I thought I liked
Yeah.
it better than Last Jedi.
Talk about cash grabs.
Yeah.
It was pretty fun.
Yeah,
I liked
keep
it.
on making Star Wars.
Anthony
movies.
liked it. If
Not
Anthony
as
likes
many
it,
as
that's
they
good
were
enough for
gonna
me.
do.
All right, guys. In the world of TV, now we're kind of nearing the end. We got to kind of be speedy here. So in the world of TV, what were some of the best shows what are some of the best shows of the year? What do you think?
Daredevil season 3.
Daredevil season 3, yes. Sadly, canceled.
Cobra Kai.
Unfortunate.
Hopefully will show up on Disney Plus in 2 years or less.
What else was canceled from Netflix?
Basically everything except for Jessica Jones and Punisher, which have upcoming seasons.
Julia Roberts was in a show called
Homecoming?
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. Done by the
good.
same man who did
Sam Esmail.
Sam Esmail. Thank you. It's
Yeah?
incredible.
that was
One of my
fucking great.
favorites of the
That's
year.
on TV?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Gotta
seen
see
the
it.
first 2, so I should keep powering through.
Oh my god. Yeah.
I
Oh yeah.
believe
It
it's
takes
on
about
Amazon.
3 to get there.
Okay.
When you hit 4, you're stuck.
What did you think of Iron Fist and Luke Cage?
Iron Fist was better. Luke Cage I loved.
Okay, so the fact that they were both canceled with Daredevil.
It has nothing to do with ratings. It has to do with Netflix flipping the bird to Marvel.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Do you think they'll be back on Disney Plus or Hulu?
I would say they'd show up on Disney Plus within 2 years. That's
Okay.
evidently that's what the contract had, like a 2-year. You cannot use these characters in other media after they're canceled.
Speaking of streaming, has anybody seen the DC Universe Titans?
I'm digging Titans.
You like it?
It is not your mother's new Teen Titans.
And Mother is the first part of another word that is appearing a lot on that show, isn't it?
No, well, they
It is
revel
very
in the
adult.
fact
Drop the
that
F-bomb?
they are adult and can drop the F-bomb, but it's a character study, and one of the things I appreciate about Titans is you never think that Wolfman and Perez took Batman's sidekick, a science fiction character, a fantasy character, and a horror character, and a tech character, and put them in one group. And the series kind of makes you, it forces you to look at this mix of genre characters in one group.
Right. So we are being told it is time for us to wrap the show. We're almost done. We're going to beg for like a minute more. We're going to just rapidly go through this and I'll let you know all this will be on the website. So, guys, what are, real quick, some shows that you...
House on Haunted Hill.
Yes.
Which I said it wrong.
Haunting
of Hill House.
Haunting of Hill House.
Haunting of
I
Hill
was
House.
like, is that the right one? But yeah, that was phenomenal.
Best show of the year.
They did a great job of like character development through
Yep.
that show, and it wasn't only like a horror film. The whole idea of it was a horror film.
Yeah,
A
give me
horror-
nightmares.
Oh man, I don't know if it gave me nightmares.
I
but
loved it. I loved it so
I would
much.
say I cut the lights
Glow.
on.
Beautiful.
Glow.
If you're not
Glow's
watching
great.
Glow on Netflix with Mark Maron and Allison Brie, shame on you.
The two,
Yeah.
My favorite part of Glow is the soundtrack.
all right, the two Walking Dead
I love
shows, Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead.
Walking Dead is so over.
Are they
dude.
still on?
Exactly.
Oh, man.
Luke's cousin is on Fear the Walking Dead. She's one of the main
Hemorrhaging viewers.
Hemorrhaging. Yeah, I think it's almost dead.
I have a
No
friend,
more-
Jeremy Palco. What's up, Jeremy? He was on Walking Dead.
Yeah?
Yeah, I don't know what his character was.
Black Lightning, best of the CW superhero shows.
Supernatural season 14 still going strong.
Unexpected
Is
hit
it,
on
Jim?
YouTube.
Is it
Cobra
really?
Kai.
Cobra Kai is
Cobra
one of
Kai
my
was
Great
favorite-
things about
amazing.
Cobra Kai.
It was amazing.
I
It was
loved
such
it.
a good show.
The Good Place.
Good-
I'm still loving it.
Yep. I don't care what people say. I loved the final season of the X-Files, which I was.
Oh!
I loved it. I loved it just because I love
James Frye.
I love Scully and Mulder so much. The Magicians, The Expanse, Krypton, final season of Face Off. Some good shows. What about Castle Rock on Hulu?
I dug it. It was.
I
a
watched
little-
the free episode. It was good.
Yep. Okay. All right. Anything else?
Loving the 13th Doctor.
What about? Yeah, I was about to say. What about Doctor Who?
Okay, I want to love the
Castle
13th
Rock.
Doctor, but none of the episodes have really grabbed me yet.
You didn't like the Rosa episode?
I didn't like the story. Like,
Oh,
sorry, the
loved
villain
it.
was flat. Was just not interesting in that episode.
It wasn't about the villain.
I know. Well, but I think if you're gonna tackle some like serious historical event, you still got to have a compelling story in the episode, and I felt like they didn't.
Night Flyers on Sci-Fi. Has anybody seen it yet? It's
Nah.
getting lots of rave reviews. Van Helsing, Wynonna Earp, Runaways. You were just talking about Runaways earlier.
Runaways is great.
That's a good show.
Yeah.
Cheeseman, what about American Horror Story Apocalypse? What'd you think?
I think the acting was great, and there was some cool stuff about revisiting the original house from the first season. That was amazing.
house.
Aurelie doesn't
Yeah.
like American Horror Story. She thinks the acting is cheesy and contrived.
I think the whole show
I don't
is
like
cheesy.
it's
and
the
that-
contrived.
bad thing
Yeah,
about
the
it.
whole
Does all
thing
this
is
kind of
cheesy
gross out
contrived,
stuff, or
Ooh.
it almost
Okay.
over
I say
sexualizes
stylized, but-
We
Guys,
really have
we
to
really
wrap.
have to wrap.
Lost in Space
Yeah.
is my jam, and I'm digging Discovery, even though a lot of people don't.
Okay, this is how we're
I'm with
ending.
you.
Favorite moment of the year. Favorite moment of the year in the Comic-Con circuit, in the events. What's your favorite thing of the year? I'll go first. Universal's presentation at San Diego Comic-Con with Glass and Halloween. Jamie Lee Curtis coming down the stage. Favorite moment of the year for me. What about you?
I don't know. I don't have time to think about it.
Ah!
I loved it.
I went to Comic-Con. I forget what it was. It was some Comic-Con. I got to hang out with Pauly Shore, so that was pretty awesome.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
You just beat us all, Tom.
Yeah.
2001 50th anniversary panel with Dave and what's the other Frank
Yes.
with Gary Lockwood and Cara DeLay.
Yep.
Oh, I got it.
Okay.
Neil Gaiman as a surprised moderator for the
Nightmare Before Christmas.
panel.
Yes. D23 sponsored that. And Cheeseman.
I think for me, probably talking to my cousin on Fear the Walking Dead on a panel to Chris Hardwick and the whole thing, and surprising her and pulling a prank kind of a thing where
that's
they
cool.
they did this whole
Hi,
gag
cuz.
and stuff, and then people were like, "Cheeseman!" like seeing me around the convention after it.
That's awesome.
Kind of
Guys,
funny.
thank you so much for tuning in this week to the Comic-Con, to the Comic-Con wrap show. Sorry that we're going so fast here at the end, but we just talk a lot.
We do. It's true.
And we just want you guys.
I wanted to go over here and just give you a kiss.
Oh! That was my best moment of the year. Best
Jim
moment
just
of
had
the
his
year.
new best moment.
You can follow us on
You got ducked.
theconguy.com. You can follow me also at
Duck
Conguy
who?
Jim. Where can we find you, Derek?
You can find me on Twitter at ConGuyDerek.
You can find me on Instagram, Aaron Schwartz 11 SEHWARTZ.
All right.
Because it's a long.
You can find me on Twitter at TomDaveLA, THOMDAVELA.
Cheeseman on the couch here. You can find me on Twitter at CheeseOnCouch and on the conguy.com.
And one last thing, Stan Lee will be greatly missed. He was the thing
rest
from
in peace.
2018 I will most miss. All right, guys.
Also William Goldman.
And also William Goldman. Guys, have a great Christmas. Have a great New Year's. And we will see you guys in 2019. All right. Thanks, Aaron, for coming on the show tonight. Thanks, Tom. Bye, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire Popcorn Talk Network, we would like to thank you for tuning in. For questions or comments, be sure to visit popcorntalk.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of the Popcorn Talk Network.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of its owners or principals.